Hey everybody, happy spring. There's some fruit trees there, and see down at the creek down there getting some water. And we'll go for a swim in the pool sometime this year. Well, maybe not. It'll be very shallow. But I was going to do a little test, CRT, some check-in here, and I found this at the dump. It's a Zenith, and it wouldn't power up. I was gonna hook up. I don't have the right adapter, and I know I can straight wire everything to my adapters here, but I've got other TVs I'm going to use, and we'll do another video later. But I wanted to show you something. Never condemn a TV. Here's your Zenith. Never condemn a TV unless you've done the very simple stuff first. August of '94. Of course, it's not a Zenith anymore. And I've got the speaker unplugged. I've got the thing plugged in here. I couldn't get it to do anything. It wouldn't power up. Let me show you the CRT. It's a Daewoo, as you can see there. And looking down in here, it looks like it's been wet quite a bit. Some cool looking parts. I'm going to have to be careful here. It's not on, but big fat resistor there. Look at that. A lot of 1-watt resistors in there I could use. Looks like that's a cool little spaceship transistor there. It's marked Daewoo. You've got, I guess that's one of these is the decoder. I don't know, man, I haven't watched enough Shango videos, I guess. But here is the, there's a Sanyo chip there. There's, what is the other one I saw? Toshiba? It's actually Japanese, which I like. A lot of these capacitors are bent over, or some of them are, and I don't recognize the name on them. They're probably not real great. See Mr. Flyback back there. This thing doesn't look like it's got a terrible amount of hours on it, just from judging from the crust in here, but it has been wet. I like this Hurst gear shift up here, kind of like from a Beach Boys song. But there's a look at the inside. It's kind of dark today. I don't know if you can really see or not. I'm trying to bit my head out of the way. And so I wanted to show you millions of little driver transistors in here. You know, these cheap little switches here. It is terrible. Probably, you know, probably just got water in them. But there's a leaf in there, and not a whole lot to it. A couple of big transistor sinks. That big one back there, I reckon that one is the one that, well, not, doesn't run the flyback. I guess it doesn't. I don't know. A couple good things in here we could use, but I thought maybe I'll try a little trick and see. Here's a view of the television again. Power button does nothing. And I took my trusty screwdriver. I love a nice long screwdriver. That's what she said. This is my dad's from the 70s. I figured I would try a trick. There's the power button there on the right. Yes, that was the relay clicking in. Let's see what the screen does here. And you have a nice, beautiful, full raster. You're probably not going to see it on here. There you go. Not sucked in. It's a 94. It looks all original. It's never been worked on. So, let's see which channel. Let's be this one here. I got to be careful. I don't feel like getting zapped today. Look, on-screen programming, automatic programming works. Of course, it's my camera. I need to back it up because what that is the rate of your shutter speed. If you speed up the shutter speed, you'll be able to pick up, you know, everything properly. But as you can see, it works great. That's just my camera screwing up. It's interfering with my phone there, but so yeah, you can never really dismiss one. It was thrown away because the power switch there, so I just probably could just spray that with my QC and it'll probably be fine. If I had my stuff out here, I'd do a little flyback zap, but I don't have my stuff set up, and actually, as you can see, it's raining. But isn't that a cool little switch? I wonder what that does. I don't see any Matsushita parts in here. I do see some Japanese stuff, but all of the capacitors have the Daewoo mark on them. Look at that big resistor with the is that a heat sink it's got on it right there? Wow, I've never seen anything like that. You see that? Right there? 10 watt, 2.2 ohm. I don't know, maybe I'll keep this thing around. it seems to work great. I can hear high voltage, of course, you know, it is working because so yeah, there you go. Just power switch issues there on the Zenith or Daewoo. I will try to find an older TV and we'll bust out the B&K 367 restorer analyzer. We won't be doing much restoring, but I think the old Memorex here I can hook up to, because I never did a video of it, but some of those connectors there will work with some of the newer TVs. And actually I had another experiment I wanted to do today. Don't mind the mess. And my kids' mess there, we'll clean that up. Take some of these from other TVs and get the schematics, and I can wire these in, make a little jumper adapters. Of course, you've got the focus here, which I don't think you have to have the focus wire there to test them on an analyzer. And I was also going to try and find the power ends to this little baby CRT here. I kept the driver board, and as you can see, it's kind of cool. There's the high voltage box there. It's Matsushita. Anytime you see that triangle with the arrows on it, that is Matsushita. That is not Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi's is a different type of triangle, but and even it says HV dangerous on it. But just get a quick look. There's the record indicator LED. I kept that with it, and not much there to drive this little CRT. And I guess the high voltage lead would be, oh, there's your yoke and your deflection there. Okay, cool. And there's the high voltage wire right in there, and I guess the white one is the focus wire. So we're going to try and fire this up, and I'm going to stick a signal out of a VCR or something into it later, and we'll see what we can do with that. So we'll be watching for another video if that's something you're interested in. There's the bottom of the PCB there, kind of strange little resistor going across in a sleeve. But so all I've got to do is, and I destroyed the rest of the camera trying to get this out, but these pins here, it can't be that hard to figure out. You know, of course they're not going to be labeled, but here's the wires. Probably, you know, record and I don't know, contrast and stuff is going to be on here. Vertical hold and height, it's not going to have linearity, but yeah, there it is actually. Okay, there's the height and vertical hold on those little trimmer pots there. So we'll try to get that turned on later, and because I have not actually, I know it works, but I have not tried it out. So we're going to try that with jumper cables. I got a bunch of them. But like I said, there is the original painting. There is, sorry about the mess, guys. We're doing some spring cleaning, like I said. But don't ever condemn one. Check the most basic things. I didn't even do any voltage checks, nothing. I didn't even check the fuses. All I did was just bridge across the power cord. And it looks like that's going to have a sharp picture there. Thanks for watching. Probably more to come today. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, commenting. If you hate it, just tell me. We aim to please y'all. Thanks again, everybody, and appreciate all your help and vast knowledge. Stephen King.